Hi, how you doing there? See you looking at our phones. So, I see that you're really checking us out with Cricket. I happen to be with Cricket. I'm actually the territory account manager with Cricket here in Walmart. As you can see by my badge right here. My name's Darren. It's nice to meet you. What's your name, sir? Pleasure. What is it? I heard you saying, what's all about Cricket, so I figured I'd come over, talk to you for a little bit, and tell you what we're all about. First, let me give you this, so you can keep up with this while we're going, so you have something to read. Here you go, sir. Awesome. Okay, you got that? Looks interesting so far? Okay, sir. Well, start off, Cricket, we're actually one of the biggest networks out there. No, dare say that. What I meant was we are the biggest network out there. Our network covers 98% of Americans. And when I say 98% of Americans, I mean all Americans. Not just saying the continental 48. I'm also talking about Alaska, Hawaii, and, to toot my own horn, but we actually cover Puerto Rico also. With us, we cover over 300 million people with our 4G network. Think about that. That's a lot of people. Do you know how big America is? Huge. We cover nationwide. And when I say nationwide, I mean nationwide. And I say that with confidence. Also, sir, so you know, with our network, we actually have one of the biggest 4G LTE networks. And what is it? Our 4G network is reliable with us. This network that we have has been built from the ground up. This isn't a web of the other networks put together. It's one solid network. We bring you a solid network with a solid background and a solid foundation. So no matter where you go, you know you can rely on Cricket to get you where you need to go. Now, if you look at your brochure, sir, if you open it up right here, let me bring out my brochure also so I can show you this, so we can look together at this. Okay, are you looking at our plan so far, sir? Good. Okay, well, next off, if you look at our plans right here, we have our 40, 50, and 60 plans. Before we start, let me tell you, all of our plans have unlimited uh, calling, texting, and data. All of them. Before we even start. Now, with our plans, you see that it says 40, 50, and 60 with our plans, correct, sir? Yes. Now, with our plans, we have our data for our 4G LTE. With our $40 plan, it's 2.5 gigs. With our $50 plan, it's 5 gigs. And with our $60 plan, it's 10 gigs. And that's per device. That's not to share. Yes, you heard me right, sir. Yes, that is to share. That is per person, I mean. That is not sharing. So with that, you can either do 2 gigs by yourself, 5 gigs by yourself, or 10 gigs with yourself. Now, another thing to mention to you about our calling plans is that with our 5 gig and 10 gig plans, the 50 and 60, they both come standard unlimited calling to Mexico and Canada. And when I say unlimited calling to Mexico and Canada, I mean fully unlimited calling to Mexico and Canada. If you look on here, it says unlimited calling to Mexico and Canada. It doesn't say you can add it on. It doesn't say you have the option of adding on. It comes standard because we truly believe in our network and what we can do for you. Now also with us, we have a thing called group savings. Do you have a family, sir? Good. How many people are in your family? You have 5. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. Here we go. You're not going to believe me. What if I told you I could get you 5 lines for $100? Yeah, that's right. 5 lines, $100. Not lying. Tell you what. Look at down here where it says group savings. How our group savings is that for a $40 plan, like if you had 5 lines on that, each person gets 2.5 gigs, and as I told you before, they get unlimited talk, text, and data with their plan. So you don't have to worry about overages or anything with us, or them for that matter. So no matter where it be the wife or the kids, especially the kids with the data, you don't have to worry about going over. So with our 4G LTE, after that slows down, they have unlimited data. Yeah. So 5 lines, $100. Each line gets 2.5 gigs. 2.5 gigs, believe it or not. You're wondering how much that is? The average person, or actually, should I say, the average American does about 2.5 gigs. So this is something plenty to work with. This isn't, the bottom of the barrel. That's all you're getting. You're actually getting a really good amount for 5 lines for $100. And then also with that, now let's say you just want to do 1 line right now because you want to think about it. I understand that happens. But let me tell you about this. Now you're wondering, so what if I have a single line and I just want to save on that? Is that possible? Yes, it is. We have a thing called autopay, which is on our plans here. With our autopay, how that works is that with the single line, instead of the family savings, single line, if you read down here on that 40, it says 35 a month after autopay credit. You sign a debit or credit card up with your account, it takes $5 off, and taxes included. So instead of paying $40 in tax, you pay $35 on the line. Yeah, you heard me right, sir. I did say 35. And when I say 35, I mean 35. That's what I mean. Yes, sir. It's very grand. I know. I understand. It's really neat, right? The next thing I want to tell you about is that our smartphones. Now, our phones, we believe in quality, not quantity. With us, check it out. This is our first phone. This right here is the Moto E by this is by Motorola. It has a dual-core processor, 5-megapixel camera. It also has Corning's Gorilla Glass, so it is scratch and damage resistant. To give you an idea how good that is, I have dropped my personal phone on the concrete about 5 times without a case, and it's landed on the corner. Guaranteed shatter, and not a shatter at all. Just the edges are a little chipped, and the screen is pristine. I know it sounds unbelievable, but it's true with modern science now today with Corning's Gorilla Glass. Also, it comes with the speed charger and 1980 milliamp battery, which is actually really unheard of for a device of this size. It also has Android KitKat, and you can exchange the shells on the back with different colors, if you purchase them online, or through, us. The cool thing about this phone that I'd like to mention is that the affordability. How much do you think this line is? No, sir, it's not $150. A little lower, it's not $130. Okay, let me tell you, since you're not going to believe this, it's actually $49.99. Yes, sir. You did hear me. $49.99. That's how much it is. I'm not lying about that. That's how much the device is. Yes. Here in store, $49.99 for the actual device. That's what it is. Now, also with us, what is it? We have another device. This device right here has a quad-core processor, 5-megapixel camera with flash. It also has a VGA camera in front with the dedicated selfie app, which you might like, or maybe your wife or your daughter or your son might like nowadays. Also, I mentioned it has a quad-core processor. It is also a 4G phone too, like the last one. How much do you think this runs? No, it's not $200. Well, let me save you the trouble. You're not going to believe this. It's actually $49.99, also like the last phone. Yes, I know, surprising, but for that price, it's amazing. Now, our last phone that we have here at this location, this is our Big Daddy phone, something I would definitely recommend for anyone who loves their phone or wants something amazing. This phone right here, we have the Galaxy Core Prime by Samsung. 5-megapixel camera on the back, forward-facing camera, 2-megapixel Android KitKat, so it is up to date, 4G LTE, so you have access to all of our reliable network that is and covering 98% of America. Now, with this phone here, you can do a lot. But, just to make it a little simple, you have a gig of RAM, 8 gigs of internal memory, and an SD card slot. And an interesting little tidbit, sir, with this phone has no limitator on its gigabyte for the micro SD card. You can do up to 128 gigabytes. I know, very surprising, sir. Do you like what you hear, sir? Well, you know what? Before I leave, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to, show you what else is in here. And let's go ahead and get you set up with Cricket. What do you think about that? All right, sir. Let's go ahead. Let's get started.